Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Can I hear a response? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am so excited to be here with you guys this morning. So excited to see all of your faces. It's been a journey and a fun one. And the Abuja Global Shapers are excited to host you in our city. As Lala said, against all odds, against the news that you guys have all heard of in the last few weeks, you got your emails, you saw your concern. Today, Shape Africa is happening, and because of that, we should give a big round of applause. As I saw you guys walk in, it was interesting to say, that's Toria, and oh, there's Usama. And it was nice because after the last few months, I've been emailing you guys from behind the scenes, and it's nice to actually see you guys in the flesh. So once again, welcome to Abuja. I'm going to start by taking you guys back, and I'll be very brief, to Addis Ababa. It's actually almost 2 years ago today. And I recall remembering and realizing how powerful, how important, how special this community is. If I'm correct, I believe it was the first time that Shapers were invited to a World Economic Forum. And as the 32 of us were there, I remember meeting Yawa and talking to Yawa about the Leading Ladies Network and her amazing platform to empower women, and thinking about how we could take that to Nigeria and do that across other countries. I remember meeting Ebuka and Lala and realizing that they were also from Nigeria, my Lagos Shapers, but I had never met them before. And as we all walked together, myself, Lala, Ebuka, and Simi, we went to sessions, and every time we left, there was this energy, there was this passion. Man, this is a great platform. There's something we can do with this. And it's 2 years now, and to see how much Shapers have accomplished. We have political leaders, we have activists, entrepreneurs, farmers, and I'm proud to be a Shaper, and I'm sure you guys are as well. So as we're here today, on May 5th, 2014, to commence a 2-day gathering of Shapers from across the continent, I want to encourage you guys. I want to push you guys. I want to plead with you guys and urge you guys that one thing that we're very keen on is not being just about talk. We're much more than words. We're about action. And we titled and themed Shape Africa Bold Solutions for a reason. We all know the issues that plague our continent. We can repeat them, we can talk about them from now to infinity, whether it be youth unemployment, stable electricity, access to finance for entrepreneurs. We know the issues. But what are we doing to actually affect change? What are we doing to take it to the next level? And that's why it's important that as we sit together, as we convene in this room, as we convene in our breakout sessions, as we have our community cohesion session, that we proffer tangible and bold solutions to actualize change in our various communities. We're focused on 4 themes, but the buck doesn't stop there. You all know that agriculture, technology, entrepreneurship, and education are our thematic areas. How can we utilize those areas to create more jobs for young people? How can we push our leaders to implement new policies that would push the youth, that would encourage us, that would change the face of our countries and our continent? Those are the types of things that we need to be discussing in these next 2 days. After Shape Africa 2014, what I expect? To me, I would love to see projects birthed out of these 2 days, new projects. I would love to see more cross-collaboration amongst hubs. I would love to see a country like South Africa and all of the hubs within South Africa working together for a national project. It's not impossible. We can do it, and we're Shapers. So give ourselves a round of applause because we can do it. With that being said, I won't take too much more time because we have someone here that is going to actually give us a true opening. I just want to say, Shapers, let's be bold. We're going to hear that word several times throughout the next 2 days. Let's be bold. Let's change our thinking to change our results. As we sit here, as we communicate, as we foster discussion, let's actually think about action. Let's actually think about the next step. How will the Harare Hub go back and implement an interesting discussion that we had about agriculture? How will the Rabat Hub go and push an educational initiative? Let's think steps. So Shapers, it's time for us to take charge. We've been doing it, but it's time to take it to the next level. Ready, set, shape. Let's shape Africa.
A round of applause. It's his birthday. Let's all rise. We're wishing him a happy birthday. Now you have to dance. You have to dance. Come on. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Never understood. Yes, you have to dance. I know you can dance. 1, 2, 3, dance. Music. Okay. A round of applause for Yemi. Okay, we have sweets and this cake for you, Yemi. From us, it's very cute of us. Yes, you can pick it up afterwards. Yeah, that was a public presentation. Yemi can dance though. Don't be deceived, he's a dancer. So, ladies and gentlemen, Shapers Africa, the keynote address by Yemi Babington-Ashaye. A round of applause for him again.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome Global Shapers. Welcome Africa, because we're all here. And welcome friends of Africa. Because in the room, we even have more than Africans. We have people passionate about Africa. Those of you who know me a little bit will know that I'm super happy and so excited because what I see is, it's just a seed, but it's already so powerful. Those who know me know that I like to be away and just watch things happen. So right now, I actually love to leave the stage and just be in the back of the room and enjoy. There's just so much potential, and this is just a seed. But welcome, 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 welcome. And welcome home. For those who don't know, I am Nigerian, so we're home, just by chance. Abuja Hub put together a credible bid for Shape Africa, and they won incredibly, but I just happen to be Nigerian, so welcome home. Thank you for being Global Shapers, and thank you for coming to Shape Africa. I think already by being Shapers, you demonstrate your commitment to the mission of the community, so thank you for this. And by being here, it's huge, because for many people that means making your own way, making sacrifices to be here. I think that's probably true for everybody. For several people who will be joining the Forum's Africa meeting, that means taking the entire week and some of the weekend off work. So thank you very much for that kind of commitment. Now, I'm going to steal a lot from what Joycee said, and thank you for the intro, Lala. I mean, everything's so well set up. But I'll be echoing a lot of Joycee's comments. And as Lala said, please respond. Again, if you know me well, I hate talking alone. So please respond. I have a few questions. So first question. Which hub is the most represented here today? If you think it's your hub, please let us know. Okay, how many from Accra? Let's hear. How many? 7. All right. Any other runners up? Kanu. How many from Kanu? Okay, who traveled the furthest distance to be here? What would that be? From where? Amazing. All right, awesome. Who else? Let's hear. Oh wow, awesome. Okay. Related but different. Who took the longest time to get here? I like that. But anyone here who's a contender? 26. From where? Oh, that's pretty long. I heard some stories about boats. Yes. What was that about? Is that real? From Douala? Yes. Okay, 14-hour journey from Douala to Calabar, which is still not Abuja. So what happened next? That's 26 hours. All right. And this is from a country that's so far away, it's just next door to Nigeria. All right, well, thank you for being here. Nigeria could be in better shape. We all know this. Africa could be in better shape. And there's much we can talk about. We can't hold this meeting without recognizing the girls that are missing from Chibok. And, but I think beyond the girls, there are people in Africa who are hungry today. There are mothers who are trying to give birth today who will unfortunately not make it. There's a crisis in South Sudan, in Bangui. Africa could be in better shape. And in recognition of the state of the continent, of the missing girls, I ask you to please join me in at least a small, I want to do a minute of silence, but I don't want Joycee to start waving the clock at me. So at least let's take a few moments to just be silent, just to respect the state of our continent as it is now. Will you please join me? And here you can respond by being silent. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. Now that we're in this really quiet space together, you have to know that I work at the World Economic Forum and I'm building the global shapers community for a reason. I grew up in Lagos, and I spent most of my growing years living opposite a market in Lagos called Teju Market. If you know it, just show some love. All right, thank you. Now, growing up opposite Teju Market is directly responsible for me being here. I'm directly responsible for why I'm working on the Shapers community and the silence we just held. I didn't understand why the people who come to the market work so hard, but they're some of the poorest people on the planet. I used to think, because they would show up at the market by 4:30. And I said, to my mom one day that, these people will wake up really early. My mother had to explain to me that if they're there at 4:30, the journey began at 2 o'clock. And these are the people I'm going to go haggle with and negotiate with to ask them to reduce the price by 10 naira. The journey began at 2 o'clock. They get to the market at 4:35. They work the entire day, make the journey back, and they still run homes. But what killed me is they're some of the poorest people on the planet. I am controlling my emotions, people. I don't remember my age. But that really upset me. Now, my mother told me a different story from the Yoruba culture. That in our tradition, the young people cut down the tree, and the old people sit at a distance, telling them where to strike so that the tree falls in the right position. Are you with me? Okay. Obviously, I took this as a metaphor for everything I cared about. Being at a distance is about being strategic. You're all shapers. So you all know that you don't have to be old to be strategic. Can young people be strategic? Okay, preaching to the converted, the best thing in the world. But yes, and so I became obsessed, not just with action, but before action, with strategy. What we are doing is strategic. And we will talk more about it in the coming days. But above all, my big lesson from my time growing up was the importance of being strategic. All right. Here at Shape Africa, we're exploring bold solutions to build and strengthen Africa, and then taking action. Because being a shaper is about action. We have over 32 hubs in Africa that are currently implementing projects in their communities. If you're from a hub implementing a project, can we show you some love? Just put your hand up. If you're from all right, so let's make some noise. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The others will get there. The agenda of Shape Africa, I want to give a shout out to the agenda, is impressive. I know lots of wonderful people have been working behind the scenes. But if you're contributing to the agenda in any way, please let's see your hand. If you're on the agenda, speaking, moderating. All right, thank you very much. Let's show them a bit more love. All right, thank you. The agenda will reflect on the state of Africa, so lots of opportunities to be silent. Talk about visions for the future. Deep dive in at least 4 areas. You can't do everything. That's the definition of focus. If you do everything, you're not focused. So they had to pick 4. I had no involvement, but I have to congratulate you on the 4 you picked. Very, very important areas. At the same time, the agenda will allow us to work on the bonds that bind us. Now, it may sound like playing, but it's very strategic. The bonds between, I can see North Africa in the room, in the house. I can see the islands in the house. Francophone Africa is in the house. Do we have Lusophone yet? Are they still on the way? Not yet. But that is amazing. And again, friends from outside Africa. So please, work on those bonds as well. And I've actually revealed my secret to you. If there's anything I want you to remember from my remarks, is that when I say be bold, I am thinking of 3 things. And I've already mentioned those 3 things. The first is, come on, this one is really easy. Thank you very much. Who was that? Who was that? Thank you. All right. Be strategic. Be action-oriented. And let's move together. If we can do those 3 things, there's no mountain we cannot climb. No obstacle we cannot surmount. To be fair, people, I do not know how long any one of us will be here. Me, I have no idea. But I'm already at peace. Because the seed here is of such high quality. Please be bold. That seed is here. Again, be bold in those 3 ways. Okay, there are too many people to thank, and we will do the thank yous later. You can imagine there's more I want to say, but in the interest of time, I want to quickly at least thank the Abuja hub at the very minimum. This is only the 2nd Shape Africa, and it's growing. But anyone who's done this before will tell you it's not easy. I can't imagine they will be putting in a bid for the next Shape Africa, but let's please honor the Abuja hub with some noise. Thank you. I also want to thank the Lagos and the Kano hub. I know they've been like brothers and sisters and working on the making as well. Thank you. All global shapers. I mean, there are more people on the way, so this family is going to grow. Thank you so much for your commitment. Thank you for your patience. There's some real old-timers in the room, and they know that when they joined the community, we had nothing on paper. And so for the oldest members of the community, and you're still around, thank you for really being entrepreneurs and helping us build this from scratch. Those who join now, they get all these guidelines and they're lost in the documents and they're complaining. Imagine those who joined when there was nothing. Anyway, but thank you very much to Global Shapers. I want to say a big thank you to World Economic Forum. For those who don't know, Shapers was the brainchild of Professor Klaus Schwab, the founder of the forum. I was there from scratch. Okay, I love him to bits, but this is the truth. Most of the ideas, the structure of our community, the independence of each hub, all of that came from him. So really a big thank you to Professor Schwab for making this possible. Okay, part of being strategic, you can't be here if we can't pay for being here, right? So we have to say thank you to our community partners. The Coca-Cola company, I mentioned them first because they gave us $1 million. They gave us $1 million when we had no shaper, no hub, and nothing on paper. Did you hear that? Yes. Okay. No shaper, no hub, nothing on paper, and we got $1 million up front. So I have to mention them first. I'm sorry, as much as I love the others. The Reliance Industries, they also support us everywhere, and the Abuja Group. They are our newest global community partner. They love you guys. I think the CEO, everywhere he goes now, he meets Shapers. Doesn't matter where. He's a great ambassador. And of course, closer to home, Owando Group, that's supporting our growth across the continent. So big thank you to them. Now, I did tell you about moving together. Now, obviously, I haven't done this alone, and I'm very, very proud to introduce two members of our family. You know them already. Two bold members of our family. Bold in those three ways. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Really, when I say I can leave, these people give me hope that I can leave. Please pray for them because their potential is amazing, and you've met them already. I want to kick off first with Wadia, Ait-Hamza. Wadia, please come join me. Wadia is a global shaper that we stole from the Rabat hub. He's strategic, he's action-oriented, and my God, he's a team player. No, really, really, really welcome, welcome, welcome. I'll ask Wadia to say a few words because, as you know, we don't split Africa in any way. We already have enough things that try to divide us. So North Africa is in the house. Wadia oversees our MENA region, but North Africa is part of Africa and they're in the house. Wadia, do you want to say a couple of words?
Thank you, Yemi. Good morning, Shapers. Wake up more. We need your energy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for making it to Abuja. Even as we said before, there were some security concerns. But I always say you can die in your bed, so who cares? We need action. So we will do it, we need action. So it is very important for us to be here. As Yemi said, I was a shaper and I'm still a shaper. And I'm really touched by all the things that our shapers are doing in their home countries. This morning we got really good news. I don't know if you read it, Yemi. The founding curator of the Panama City Hub got elected vice president of the country. So you can see things that our community is growing and we are growing bigger and bigger. So we are part of this big thing and we really should be proud of it and especially seize the opportunity. You're gonna meet the best people in the world to seize the opportunity for your countries, for your local communities and for yourself. North Africans, it's Africa, it's Mama Africa, we're all from here. So, Sabah al-Khair, Ya Marhaba. So everyone, I'll make sure that you will add one line to your CV. I mean, your CV is already like bold, it's like 4 pages. So add Arabic. So, Sabah al-Khair. What the hell was that? Sabah al-Khair. Okay, you can add one line. Bonjour. Pour les francophones, soyez les bienvenus, and I hope really you will enjoy. So I'll give back the microphone, so I will not take it long because I cannot stop.
All right, and of course the lady we all know about, the dynamite who's joined my team. If there's anybody whose job I'm jealous of, it's our very own Mama Africa. She oversees, she heads all of Africa. She is absolutely amazing. And if anything goes wrong, I will blame myself, okay? So, but please, let's pray for her, because again, her potential is huge. Please welcome Chidiogo Akunyili. Chidiogo is the first person to head Africa for the Shapers community, and she's already whipping it into shape. Chidiogo, please, welcome.
Good morning, Shapers. I was thinking, what should I say to everyone? And I'm getting to know you all, but perhaps you don't know the story of my journey to be here today and to be part of, just in my little way, nourishing the seed that in 3 years has bloomed into this wonderful community that is only just beginning. And it was the day I was in Lagos. I was sitting in Boboberi where we had lunch. It was not by chance that we had lunch there last Monday for the Nigeria Shapers. And I met a Shaper. And I'm telling you this story because I didn't know she was a Shaper. She was just a lady. And we met, and I was so impressed by her energy and her passion and what she was doing. And I thought, wow, this is amazing. This inspires me. And this is just one Shaper. When I looked into the community, I found out how amazing it was, and I saw on the webpage that this girl was a Shaper. I went back to her. And then I saw the light in her eyes when she was telling me about just how what I was seeing on the website was not even representative of what really was the essence of the Global Shapers community. I was even more excited. Rewind a couple months later, I'm at the World Economic Forum. I started here in January. I'm working with all these wonderful people. I don't know you yet. I'm just learning about you on paper, and I'm reading your bios, and I'm learning about projects. I'm still learning, but I'm so inspired by what's going on here. 4 months later, we take a community development trip, and we go to Southern Africa, and I think this is when I had that sort of like, wow, this is amazing. We went in Spanning in Johannesburg area, and we went for one of the projects that the Shapers have. It's called Leader. And it was, the setting is an assembly ground. You have about 800 primary, secondary school students, young girls and boys. And you have a global Shaper that stands up in front of them on this chair and speaks. And I saw the light in their eyes as they just listened to him speak to them about becoming the leaders that they are destined to be, telling them that they can do it, telling them that he did it, telling them about his struggles and how he came to where he is. And me seeing how inspired all these children were. And I just thought, oh my God, this is one Shaper. This is one hub out of 73 hubs here in Africa, out of 320 and growing. And this is in 3 years. And I think that was the moment I thought, oh my goodness, this is something even more special than I could have ever imagined. And we're all here today, and we feel it, and we know it, and we are going to shape not just this continent, but we're going to shape the world. And I love Wadia's announcement before, because this is just one of the many great things that is just going on. This is how the community is growing. And again, in 3 years, I don't know if you realize how amazing that is, but it's amazing. And I'm super excited to be here. I'm so excited for this seed to keep growing. And I think as we grow the community, it's important that we reflect on what we've achieved. And this is something that Yemi, this is his brainchild. I'm going to try and represent it as best as I can. This is what Yemi calls the ACAs. What's the ACAs? The ACAs is the accomplishment, the commitment, and the aspiration. And this is important because in these 3 years, Joycee mentioned, ADIS, I saw hugs, people meeting from past experiences. You've come a long way, and it's important to stand back and say, what have we achieved? So we started right there behind the room, a little whiteboard with, our achievements, our commitments, and aspirations. Our achievements, in 3 years, we have 73 hubs in Africa. We're in every single African country, including, Yemi loves to mention, South Sudan, Somalia, name it, we're there. We have a hub there. We have 32 actors. We have a stronger presence across the continent. South Africa, where are you? 5 hubs in South Africa. Nigeria, where are you? 3 hubs and growing. We are looking to open more hubs, and it will be announced when the time is right. Morocco, where are you? We have 5 hubs also in Morocco. Sorry, you can see I'm a little biased. I mentioned you after the 3 hubs, and you know, we have these hubs and it keeps growing. Ghana, I see you. We always like Chidiogo, you better mention it. So yes, it's exciting to see this, that we've achieved that. It will help us also reflect together on how we've grown together as a community. Talking about achievements, also have to talk about our commitments. We're 73 hubs and 32 projects. We've committed to having every hub have 1 project. Sorry, not 32 hubs doing projects. So we can do more. So what are we committing to as a community, as hubs here present, moving forward? So just feel free, put it up there. We have sort of the list already pre-filled. Feel free to add something there. Aspirations, where do we want to go? The mission of the community as it stands is to have positive impacts on our local community by virtue of the projects that we're doing. They're so numerous, from the Valentine jailbreak. I think that's my favorite heading of projects that we're doing, where the Harare Hub showed love to female prisoners. I think everything said can be misleading, you know. Or the Kano Hub with the Clean Water Project, the Kano Hub, or the entrepreneurship projects, with the Lagos Hub, with the Abuja Hub. The projects are so numerous, and it's something that we keep aspiring to do more. So just feel free to, on that board again, just mention some of those aspirations that we have to do more projects, to have a seat on the table being the second part of our mission, to increase our presence in local policymaking, international space, and globally at the end of the day. And that's really, from my end, I think just how to stand back and think of how we're shaping and how we're building this community together. I'm humbled to be part of this. I'm humbled by the love that I get from Shapers. I'm honored by that love, and I will promise that I would always do my very best to make sure that we together continue building this community. There's something I told Joycee in our first call when we were talking about Shape, and I'm so glad that it stayed with her, because it's something that I truly believe in, and it's an African proverb that says that if you want to go fast, you go alone, but if you want to go far, you go together. Together, we're going to go so much farther than we could ever imagine, and be excited, because I am. You can't hear it in my voice, but I am. So, thank you.
All right, are we ready? Are we ready to be bold? Yes. Okay. I led you to the lows, please allow me to lead you to the highs. I'm here because I believe. And I think you're here because you believe. We know that 40% of Africa's population is under the age of 15. A whopping 70% is under the age of 30. By 2035, Africa's labor force will be larger than China's. Are you still here? Do you believe? Okay. One of the things I've been very happy about in the work I've done so far is very often people meet me and go, I found the one smart African. You know, that used to annoy me a lot. And if you wonder why I don't speak, that's one of the reasons. There are loads of smart Africans. People who unfortunately have to lose 3 hours in the morning getting to school. But we're here because we believe we can make conditions better for them and Africa will be stronger. I want you to share with me before I leave why you believe. Is anybody comfortable to share one reason they're optimistic? Just one. Maybe we can get a couple and then we can close. Anybody willing to share? Let's see a hand. Who wants to share? Why are you optimistic about Africa? Thank you. Thank you for responding. Thank you so much. Like Walid said, we get up and we keep trying. We're never going to stay down. And as the agenda of your meeting says, being bold is about trying something different. We can't wake up every day and try the same thing. If it's not working, I read through your agenda. If it's not working, we need to take a step back, be strategic, and we try again. I am super optimistic. I really have nothing left to do. You guys, you have all the potential. One big reason, maybe two reasons I'm optimistic, is because you're all here and you're together. The bonds that you're going to build across boundaries are going to be very strong. That makes me very optimistic. Nigeria, and that's my last reason, has just become Africa's largest economy. That can be a blessing or it can be a curse. Let's make it a blessing. If Africa's largest economy is not connected to the continent in a positive way, it will be a curse. But it's going to be a blessing because you're here. All right, are we ready to be bold? All right, I want us to eclipse the silence we had earlier with a noise that demonstrates the strength of our belief. So please join me in making some noise for Shape Africa 2014. Let's be bold.